Your verdict on tonight's performance and result?
Tough game, really tough game. You know against Stevenage that they're full of energy, high press, really intense with the way they play. So it was a really good exercise for us, and I think we had a lot of young players in the team today, and I think it'd be a great learning curve for them. Even from first half to second half, you could see progress and improvement. And for some of those lads, they've been knocked about a bit more than probably they ever have been in their career. So. Really good. We got 75 minutes into the starting group, which is what we wanted, and 15 minutes for a group that's already trained today. So, all in all, a strong day's work.
And you had to contain them at times, which I guess you probably felt would be the case at points in this game, given their quality. But defensively, did particularly well at times.
Yeah, and we were young. Young Ronnie come in and played his first game and did great. He showed real character to keep going and keep playing, and was pleased with him. And we stuck at it. I knew once I saw their team, it was going to be a tough test for us, and that's part of the learning curve. And even for a pre-season game, I don't think there's many teams that will press us as well as what Stevenage did tonight. So, as I say, it was an education for some of the players and gives us plenty to work on moving forward.
And Ronnie Nelson, obviously, as you say, did particularly well. What was your thinking behind sort of bringing him into the squad tonight?
He'd done well with the 21 since coming in. He's trained with us once or twice, and just an opportunity to have a look at him. He's the feedback from the other 21 staff and coaches has been really positive. So when that's the case, we want to give a reward, basically, and opportunities for players to come in and stake a claim with us. So it was a real positive tonight for us.
Yeah, it was pretty strong in the air.
Yeah, he got nudged once or twice where they're very cute with what they do and just nudges he's about to head, and he got sort of put off balance a couple of times. But that's an education for him, and we can watch that back on the clips of him and go through it, and it'd be much better for that experience for sure.
Jaden been pleased with his goal as well. A nice finish.
Yeah, really good goal. I thought Jaden was really good going forwards, and he had a real step up second half in terms of his defensive work as well. I think one or two were like that, where not a shock first half, but a real high intensity, and probably got him on the back foot a little bit. But we showed really good character second half with the same 11 coming back out to respond and play on the front foot a lot more. We were much braver second half, and really pushed for that next half hour before we made the changes.
And you mentioned on Saturday sort of being good out of possession as well, and it's something that you want to see sort of improvement on in the next few weeks. And were you pleased with that aspect of it tonight as well?
Yeah, in general play, we've looked across the games pretty solid, been pretty pleased with it. We've had good energy, our fitness levels look strong. The organisation in terms of when we're pressing and what we're doing has been good. Goals we have conceded so far have more been transitions or second balls and little untidy moments. So we're really confident that we can polish them up before we get into the competitive games. But it's certainly another step forward tonight for where we want to be.
Yeah, and lots of minutes 75 minutes into 10 outfield players, and that's good, isn't it? The intensity is increasing.
Yeah, I think the pleasing thing Saturday and tonight has been the intensity of the game. Sometimes in pre-season they can be a bit slower, and it wasn't that at all. I mean, that for me it wasn't much difference in intensity from when we went and played Stevenage in the league last season. So a really good evening's work in terms of that, and I think that will certainly push us forward in our fitness levels and, more importantly, our sharpness as well.
We saw Mary up there tonight, the new signing. How pleased are you to get him in?
He did terrific tonight. I mean, he's literally trained with us this afternoon and come on and done 15 minutes, but his understanding of the positioning and his role within the structure was fantastic. But his link up with Junior was great. So a really good first day for him, and we're really pleased to have him at the club.
Yeah, was he someone that you've been looking at for a little while?
Yeah, we've had to be patient with Murray because first week or two with pre-season he was training with Arsenal's first team, so we wanted to get him in, so we were patient and waited, and we've been in constant communication with Arsenal for probably 3 weeks on that, and then we had the opportunity to speak with him as other clubs did, and fortunately we managed to persuade him to come and join us, and I think he gives us different attributes in there. He's got great athleticism and ability to drive with the ball, and he's a really bright player tactically as well, and he's also versatile, so I think it'd be a real strong addition for us.
Yeah, it sounds like he's highly rated by Arsenal. He's been on the bench a few times for the first team there. He's played for the under-21s in the EFL Trophy game, so he sounds like a talented youngster.
Yeah, I think they've got good hopes for him. Like I say, he was training with the first team at the start of pre-season and was in squads last season, so we're thankful for Arsenal for trusting us now with his development, and obviously we want him to help and contribute with us. and hopefully it can be a beneficial move for both parties.
Do you see him as a replacement for Osama Ashley, or is he a different type of player?
No, he's a different type of player. He's better higher up the pitch. Like I say, he's versatile. He can play equally well at right back, right wing back, and in midfield. His primary position is a midfield player, and I think he'll give us great athleticism in there and quality. But it's nice to have another player similar to Ellis Ayandolo that gives us versatility and fluidity within the team. So, yeah, we're delighted to get him in, and hopefully we can still get one or two more in as well.
No Samson Tavide out there tonight. Yeah. What was the reason behind his absence?
Yeah, purely precaution. He rolled his ankle ever so slightly yesterday. We assessed it again this morning. He was only coming on for the 15 minutes. It just wasn't worth the risk. It wasn't worth the risk with him. So he's travelled. He was here. He was part of it. We're off tomorrow, so that will settle, and I would fully expect him to be back in training on Thursday.
And Peterborough on Saturday in your next friendly
at
home. So again, the intensity is there, a League One team, and the quality of opposition, which is what you want.
Yeah, it's been a good pre-season so far. I think we'll get a really tough test against Peterborough on Saturday, which is what we want. They got a really strong squad. Went very close to obviously making the playoff final last season. They'll be looking to challenge at the top end of League One. So. Another tough test, another step forward. The group that did 15 minutes today will now get a 75 in. The group that did 75 today will train and then do 15 minutes. So across these 2 days this week, we'll get some real good load and content into the players.
Pleased with the way things are gelling with the new players and the squad overall. Yeah,
really good. I thought really good for Owen Goodman to get his first 45 minutes. You can see his bravery, his composure on the ball. And considering he hasn't worked on anything with us yet, he was just having to rely on seeing pictures himself and sort of just analysing the game for himself. So once we start working on that and we get a structure in terms of how we're going to build from the goalkeeper, I think that'll be a real strength for us as well.